at speaking when I cry, so sorry. Thank you so much.
Some love stories in Hollywood sparkle like diamonds, but others shatter into pieces the world never forgets. Today, we're diving into the heartbreaking final chapter of Brandon Blackstock's life, the man who once shared a fairy tale romance with America's sweetheart, Kelly Clarkson, before fate took a devastating turn. From their whirlwind love and picture-perfect family, to a bitter, headline-making divorce, and finally, a silent, tragic battle with cancer, the story will touch you in ways you didn't expect. Welcome back to our channel. If you love deep, untold celebrity stories and the truth behind the headlines, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss a moment. And trust me, you're going to want to watch this one all the way to the end, because the truth about Kelly Clarkson's strength and Brandon's final days is something you won't forget. It all began in 2006 backstage at a rehearsal for the Academy of Country Music Awards. Kelly Clarkson, already a rising star after winning American Idol, was introduced to Brandon Blackstock, the charming son of her manager. The spark was instant, but the timing wasn't right. Brandon was married at the time, and life had other plans. Years later, fate brought them back together. By 2012, both were single, and this time, nothing stood in their way. Brandon swept Kelly off her feet with his calm confidence and grounded nature, a rare balance to her high-energy personality. In December of that year, he proposed. Less than a year later, they married in a quiet, intimate ceremony in Tennessee. To the world, they were the perfect match, a music icon and a country boy with deep roots in the industry. To Kelly, Brandon was more than a husband. He was her safe place, her anchor in the storm of fame. After their Tennessee wedding in 2013, Kelly and Brandon seemed unstoppable. Their love story quickly expanded into a family story. In June 2014, they welcomed their first child, a daughter, Rose. Just 2 years later, their son, Remington Alexander, arrived. Kelly often described motherhood as the most transformative experience of her life. She balanced sleepless nights and diaper changes with recording sessions, tours, and her coaching role on The Voice. She shared candid moments on social media, from messy hair mornings to singing lullabies at bedtime, offering fans an unfiltered glimpse into her new world. Brandon, already a father to 2 children from his previous marriage, seemed equally committed to blending their families. Together, they appeared to be the picture-perfect modern family. Busy, chaotic, but deeply connected. From the outside, Kelly Clarkson's life looked like a dream, a hit talk show, chart-topping music, 2 beautiful children, and a husband who seemed to adore her. But behind closed doors, the picture wasn't as perfect as it appeared. Friends close to the couple noticed a change. Kelly, usually so bubbly and open, had begun to choose her words carefully in interviews. The sparkle in her eyes during family events seemed dimmer, almost as if she was carrying a weight she wasn't ready to share. In private, the demands of 2 high-profile careers and the stress of raising a blended family were beginning to take their toll. There were whispers of disagreements over finances, over time spent apart, over priorities. While Kelly continued to smile for the cameras, those closest to her say she was already beginning to wonder if love alone would be enough to hold them together. Then, it happened. On a warm June afternoon in 2020, headlines across the world lit up with a story no one saw coming. Kelly Clarkson had filed for divorce from Brandon Blackstock after nearly 7 years of marriage. The image you're seeing now captures that moment, Kelly standing on stage, her smile brave but fragile. It's the kind of smile you wear when you're holding the pieces of your life together for the world to see, even as they quietly crumble inside. Fans were stunned. Social media exploded with questions. What went wrong? Had there been signs? And why, after years of praising Brandon in interviews, had Kelly decided to walk away? Kelly released a brief, carefully worded statement asking for privacy for the sake of her children. But behind the silence, an emotional storm was raging. And soon, the details would begin to spill out. What followed was not just a separation, it was a war. Barely weeks after the announcement, legal documents began surfacing. Kelly wasn't just filing for divorce, she was also preparing for a brutal custody battle over their 2 children, River Rose and Remington Alexander. In one corner, Kelly, one of the most successful voices of her generation, determined to protect her kids from the chaos. In the other, Brandon, her former manager, now fighting to secure shared custody and financial support. Court filings revealed tensions that had been brewing for years: disagreements over finances, disputes about where the children would live, and accusations about Brandon's management of Kelly's career. It was no longer a love story, it was a legal chess match, with 2 people who once shared a life, now fighting for their future apart. Then came the twist no one saw coming. As court filings piled up, Kelly's legal team uncovered something staggering. Brandon, during his time as her manager, had allegedly overcharged her by millions. The claim suggested that he and his management firm had taken fees for beyond their contractual agreement. In numbers, it was jaw-dropping: more than $1.5 million in disputed commissions. For fans, the revelation was shocking. For Kelly, it was devastating. Not only was she battling for her children, she now had to face the possibility that the man she once trusted most had been financially draining her career. The divorce was no longer just personal, it had become a fight to reclaim what was rightfully hers. Despite the legal chaos and heartbreak behind closed doors, Kelly never stopped smiling for the cameras. Week after week, she appeared on her talk show, cracking jokes, singing her heart out, and making her guests feel at home. Fans saw the bright, bubbly Kelly Clarkson they had always loved. But off camera, the weight of her reality pressed harder than ever. She once admitted in an interview that there were days she cried in her car before stepping into the studio. But when the red light on the camera turned on, she had to put on her brave face. This was the quiet strength of Kelly Clarkson, the ability to stand tall for the world, even when she was falling apart inside. After months of bitter negotiations and public speculation, the court finally gave its ruling. Kelly would keep full custody of their children, with Brandon granted limited visitation rights. She would also retain ownership of her Montana ranch, the property that had become a major point of contention during the divorce. But victory came at a cost. Kelly was still ordered to pay Brandon a lump sum and monthly spousal support for a set period, a reminder of the tangled life they once shared. For Kelly, it wasn't about the money. It was about reclaiming her independence, her peace, and her ability to move forward without looking over her shoulder.
Compartmentalization. Oh, this segue is pretty perfect. So, I love you too! This next song, I've never rewritten a song more.
The court case was over, but the real work was just beginning. Kelly turned her focus entirely toward her kids and her career. She poured her heart into her talk show, The Kelly Clarkson Show, where her warmth and authenticity resonated with millions of viewers. On stage, she began performing again, not just the old hits, but new songs filled with raw emotion, pain, and resilience. Each note told the story of survival. She reconnected with her fans in a deeper way than ever before, and in doing so, she found herself again.
And I probably never will. I wrote this song with a lot of hope, okay? And projection for happiness and better than what was happening. And then, well, life set in. And I had to change the lyrics. Everybody was like, wait, why aren't you singing this song? And I was like, have you heard the lyrics? It's fun. Embarrassing. And then I ended up changing it and doing it one time, like 2 years ago, when we did a residency here. And then I was like, you know what? That sounded a little angry. So I just, I wanted it to sound how it feels now. I'm 43, done some therapy. And
through it all, Kelly never lashed out publicly. No angry interviews, no social media rants. Instead, she carried herself with quiet dignity. Fans noticed, the press noticed, even her critics noticed. When asked about her ex-husband in interviews, she would smile gently, shift the focus back to her children, and say, "They're my #1 priority. Everything else is just noise." In a world where drama sells, Kelly proved that real grace, still wins hearts. Her story became more than a celebrity divorce. It became a masterclass in how to survive heartbreak without losing yourself.
And my favorite lyric, and why is because it's so important to know this, is I think we're taught whenever we're a kid. I'm really trying to pull it together. Yes, let's make it happen.
Today, Kelly Clarkson stands stronger than ever. She's raising her 2 children in a loving home, balancing the chaos of show business with the calm of motherhood. Her talk show is a hit. Her music continues to inspire. Friends say she laughs more these days. She's rediscovering herself not just as an artist, but as a woman who survived one of the toughest seasons of her life. The pain is still there. It always will be, but now, it's woven into her songs, her words, her presence making them deeper, richer, more real. Kelly Clarkson is no longer just America's idol. She's America's lesson in resilience.
Fran and I are hustling, definitely around the ranch, trying to make it happen. And I 100%, none of this would be happening without my partner in crime. My husband is playing cowboy on our ranch. He's got his hands full. We both definitely have our hands full.
Anyway. We love you! Screw it, let's just sing it. This is Piece by Piece.
Kelly Clarkson's story isn't just about heartbreak. It's about finding your voice again when the world tries to silence it. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever faced a moment where you had to rebuild your life from the ground up? Share your story in the comments. You never know who your words might inspire. If Kelly's journey touched your heart today, hit that like button so more people can see it. And don't forget to subscribe, because there are so many untold stories of resilience and strength that you won't want to miss. Together, we keep the conversation alive.